There's a really eerie part in The Tree Surgeon that I wasn't expecting. It's a pretty good cartoon, but definitely surprising. This is an MGM cartoon from 1944, directed by George Gordon and written by Webb Smith. And this is about, believe it or not, a tree surgeon. And the tree surgeon is a horse. And the horse is there to look after the tree, and he does some things with it that are definitely not expected. For example, taking the tree's temperature, and doing various things as if this tree were a human, treating it like a human. And then something happens to the horse, which I will tell you with a spoiler warning because it's the thing I found really eerily. And what happens basically after that point was just completely unpredictable and not at all what I expected. Even the fact that the tree surgeon is a horse is not something I expected, as horses, anthropomorphic horses, are not that common, especially in cartoons of this time. So it really surprised me from the beginning, and I think it's very creative, it's very different to a lot of cartoons I've seen before, very well animated, um, and relatively interesting, and certainly a very unique concept. So with all of that in mind, I would absolutely recommend. I thought it was really, really different and really engaging. So the eerie thing, spoiler from now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about anything else that happens. I just want to mention this one thing, but it is kind of a spoiler. So after this horse is treating this tree like a human patient, the horse begins to turn into a tree, and the eerie bit is when the branches grow out of his feet, or his hooves, I guess. And it's wonderfully done, but I definitely found it really eerie, and the branches are growing out of his face or his head, and it's quite something. It really is quite spectacular, but not at all what I expected. Definitely a good cartoon. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry for ruining that bit for you, but I definitely recommend you check it out. It's one of the most unique cartoons I've ever seen.